I hope that you're having a wonderful Monday. I'm not typically here on Mondays, but now we're here. We're doing it. I'm playing The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, and I've been playing this game for a hot minute now, and I am almost done. Ham is ham, Luigi Net Gaming. True words have never been spoken, and I'm so thankful for you always reminding me that ham is ham. Um, Happy Monday. How are you, Luigi Net Gaming? How's your Monday been going? I was saying how I am not typically here on Mondays, and I wasn't sure if I was going to update my whole schedule to reflect that I would be here today. This is like kind of an impromptu stream today because I have some different job situation stuff happening now. So typically I would be working right now, but right now I'm not working. Yay, Blue Link Killer, you're here finally. Woo! Are you usually free right now? Cause um next Monday and maybe even Tuesday and maybe Wednesday too, I'll be streaming. So anyway, if you're free during the day I'll be streaming next week. You said you're doing fine, Luigi Net Gaming.
Do it, lady.
Did you tell me what your recording stuff was yesterday? You said you were recording with friends yesterday, and I wasn't sure what you
Do
meant
it,
by
lady.
that. Oh, thank you for the heart puffs, Hulk Smash, W husband, and thank you for the heart me. Thank you. So, as I was saying, we're playing The Wind Waker, and I think my goal today is to get my C chart done. So I'll show you what it looks like right now. I'm working on completing my C chart so that I can get all the Triforce charts and then get all the Triforce shards. And this has been the most tedious point or part of the whole game. Alex Avila, welcome in. Hi. How are you? You said a gameplay video of new Super Luigi U. What is that? Because, okay, I've seen you post about that, but I have not seen anything about it. What is that on? I tell me, because I
Do
I
it,
can't
lady.
believe that there's some sort of Luigi game that I'm not even familiar with. A heart me lemons, welcome in, Eve. How are you? Happy to have you here. Thank you for the heart me. Alex, I'm doing really well. I am just enjoying not working today and happy to be here. David, hi. Welcome in. Yeah, I don't typically stream on Mondays, but I am currently like done with my previous job, waiting to start my next job, which will be in a couple of weeks, like a few weeks. So I actually have some time where my schedule will be a little different and I might stream on a Monday or
Success.
something like that. I'm doing well, Lemons. I'm happy that you're here. Are you out of school? Are you on a winter break right now? Because if so, that's so nice. I miss winter break. Oh my. Okay, yeah. I gotta get positioned correctly. Luigi U was a game that came out during the year of Luigi back in 2013. Hey, I'm class of 2013. Wow. Was that on the Wii U? Because that sounds like Wii U if it's Luigi U. Oh yeah, you're on winter break. Yay, Noah, you said your favorite game of all time. Wow, that's a big statement. How many times have you played it? If it's your favorite game. And also, backseat gaming is encouraged. So you are more than welcome to help a girl out. If there's anything that I'm asking for help with, or if I'm clearly doing the wrong
Do it,
thing and you
lady.
want to help me, that is completely welcome and encouraged here. Um, Thank you for the
Do it,
finger
lady.
heart, Lemons. Thank you for the roses too. Wow, thank you. Yeah, Noah, I figured you meant the Wind Waker, not Luigi. That's what I was thinking that you were referring to. um, so many times when I was young, I would turn the game on, get the Triforce part, and restart. Blue Link Killer, you have to go? No. What? Oh, I'm so happy you said hi at least, but that's so sad. I Yeah, I'm at the Triforce part right now, Noah, and that's currently how I'm feeling.
So
I
close.
hate this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't love it. Like, you can see my C chart. I've made good progress on it and I've hated that. Thank you so much for the follow, Noah. When I was younger and this game came out, I played it, but I didn't get very far because I was really young. It was just, like, too challenging and not really my cup of tea, all the combat and all that stuff at that time. So I've always wanted to beat it, and I did not realize that when I got through so much of the more fast-paced stuff that it would then take me forever to get through this. That's a bit frustrating. Um but it's okay. We're doing it, and my goal is to finally beat the entire game by the end of the year. So I'm gonna get some streams in as much as possible to get that done. Luigi Net, you said yeah, Wii U, but you can also play the game through the Switch with new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Oh, cool. I did not realize that. That's really cool. I really need to check that out because that sounds really familiar to me. I'm not even sure if I have that game already or what. Um, I know, Noah, I've heard that the Wii U version like speeds up a lot of the sail like you can you don't need to get your sail out or your Wind Waker out to change direction of the boat or something like that and you can go a lot faster. Luigi Net, thank you so much for sharing the stream. I appreciate you. Um, and I've heard some people say the Ganondorf battle. What the heck is happening on the screen? The Ganondorf battle at the end is like their favorite of the Ganondorf fights. So I'm really excited to get to that point, and I hate that it's taking me so long. You need to practice guitar. Oh, well, could you do both? I'm just kidding. I understand, Blue Link Killer. Good on you to practice an instrument. That's good. You wish winter break was longer. It used to be 1 month of break. You used to get 1 month of winter break, Lemons? That's crazy. Do you get 2 weeks now? Because that's what I was used to, was 2 weeks. But when I was a teacher, I like started teaching when they changed the summer break schedule. I know it used to be like 8 or 9 weeks, maybe even 10 weeks. And when I started teaching, of course, they started changing the whole schedule around to where it was, well, teachers got like 5 or 6 weeks total before they had to go back. It was terrible. So I totally understand hating the change up on that. Chloe, you broke out your GameCube recently to play this again. Yay! Blue Light, you're here. Hello. Welcome in. Chloe, how far along are you in this game? I'm playing this on the Nintendo Switch 2 online, but I do have a GameCube controller that came out with the Nintendo Switch 2. That's what I'm using to play this right now. You're a teacher too, Noah? No way. I actually left teaching three, almost 3 years ago. It'll be 3 years in May. Um, so I feel for you, especially this time of year. It was rough. You're in the modified year round. Tell me about that. What do you mean? What's your schedule like? And what do you teach, Noah? How are you doing, Blue Light? 1 month of winter break is wild, but yeah, Lemon said now it's 2 weeks. It used to be 1 month. What made you leave? I'm just curious. You don't have to share. Everything. Not really. I taught prior to COVID and then I taught after COVID. And I just felt like after the shutdown and everything, was, there was a huge behavior change problem in the school. And I felt as if I wasn't being supported by administrators or the system in any way. And I didn't feel like my voice really mattered or that I was being heard or supported. That was a big thing. And it was just kind of exhausting. I realized, Emmy, hello, welcome in. I realized I really liked developing the lessons and the learning and um, the background stuff. I liked making the learning opportunities, but then facilitating that or being the teacher, being on all day long, I was like, that's not my thing. It was exhausting and draining. So I'm actually in instructional design right now, which is like what I really liked about teaching. Um, and yeah, behaviors, parents, admin pay, especially with middle school students. Oh my goodness gracious. Theater is awesome though. That's a fun subject to teach, I bet. You got the power bracelets, but you did a bunch of the side quests like the pictograph and bottles. Yay, Chloe, that's awesome. Um, I am trying to remember when I got those bracelets. It feels like like long ago. Okay, where am I and what am I doing? Oh yeah. So when I left off on what day was it? Saturday, the last time I played this game, I realized that I wanted to go to where Beetle is. In particular, there's like a masked Beetle. Where is he? Where is that? Where do I see my Beetle map? Show me! Show me the Beetle! Where? Why? What am I? Bruh. Where? How did I see that? Oh, there it is. There it is. Beetle's chart. Okay. Ah! Okay, so it's like, to the west, a little north. So I'm gonna go west, and go to that Beetle with the helmet on. That's where I'm going. And I'm also working on completing the whole left side of my C chart. I'm reading the chat right now too, by the way. If you're like, what is she doing? I'm reading. Don't come at me.
Lady.
Thank you for the tiny Christmas, Noah. Thank you so much. Okay, hold up. You wanted to get into theater too nervous? Well, that's totally valid. Eve, I promise you the more you do it, the less nervous you'll be. That's the only way to get over the nerves, really, or the best way. And start with maybe people you trust or who make you feel safe. Hopefully you can find a great theater teacher, like I'm sure Noah is, who creates an environment where you feel free to express yourself and try new things. But yeah, I think you should go for it. And the more you do it, the less nervous you'll feel. Here but lurking. Yay, Blue Link Killer. I love it. Thank you for the lurk. I love the lurks. They are great. Aw, Ivy. My students did not make me quit. I loved them, and they kept me there. As long as I was there, that was primarily because of the students, but also there was some challenging things that I did not feel like I was being supported on from people who had more power than me, like administrators and above them as well. So it was not the students. Yes, theater is for everybody. Backstage is an option to use the nerves to your advantage. It's never the students. Yes, not the students. The students themselves are what, like, typically what makes somebody want to be a teacher. And they always made, like, I don't know. There was a lot of hope I had in life, and I had a lot of really awesome moments because of the students. I also had a lot of challenging moments, not because of students being a problem, but because some of their behaviors were beyond what I was capable of handling on my own. So, yes. Anybody ever tried to? No, I don't know. You're playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate right now. Alex, how's that going? Are you playing against computers, or you're in orchestra right now? Awesome. What do you do in orchestra? That's really cool. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna get in my boat. I think I did everything I needed to do here. Yeah, I stopped here to like explore this little area before realizing I've already explored this little area. That's where I left off whenever I started playing this or stop playing this game on Saturday. So I'm gonna get in my boat now and get to sailing. I guess I need to equip my Wind Waker, and I'll do that as Z, and then I'll put my boomerang as Y, and we'll put the direction of the wind to be west. We're going west, northwest. I think it's... Okay, yep. It's 4 squares west, 1 north. Okay. So I'm gonna get that going now. Oh. Are you on winter break now, Noah? Are you on break? You play double bass? What? What is that? I don't know what double bass is. What is that? Is that like the big, like a bass? Like with strings? Is that what you mean? Or something else?
Yeah, success.
Thank you, AJ, for the follow. Welcome in. Happy Monday. How are you? Okay, we're gonna get going. I also need to remember when I get into a new square that I'm working on getting the fish to tell me about the square that I'm in. I guess I could kind of do the ballad of... Let me actually try that really quick, because I have the ballad of the Ballad of Gales, which will teleport me. Thank you for the follow, Vita. Thank you so much. How are you doing today? Happy Monday. First day of winter break, only 2 weeks though. I hope you savor every last moment of it. I totally miss breaks. Right now I'm actually waiting. I just left a job and I'm waiting to start my new job. So I'm actually on a bit of a break myself, but this is the first time I've had an extended break since I was a teacher. So I hope that you enjoy it and that you go back. Everybody goes back feeling refreshed and ready to do the second half of the school year, like do their best with it. Especially, I don't know. It's just tough after winter break. It's like, okay, are we done yet? Okay, down, right, left, oop, nope, down, right, left, up. Bass guitar, but bigger. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Okay, sick. How long have you done that? That's awesome. You're on modified year round, which just means we come back July 28th. Yes. Okay, that's kind of how it was for me too. Okay, cool. I can transport or teleport. I'm gonna go to this one right here. Yeah. Because then Beetle is one below this square that I'm not gonna go to right now. How long did I say how long you played bass, that double bass? And oh, I did go here before. Dang it, I forgot. Dang it. I don't want to be here right now. Down, right, left, up. But that is kind of how the school year was for me too. I don't know that we got like a random week off, but we did, we did start back late July. At least the teachers did. Maybe the students did too. Maybe teachers started like the week prior to the end of the last week or whatever. Like July 28th, you said is start date. I think teachers maybe came back like a week before that. What time zone are you in? You were about to warn me. Oh, dang it. I knew I had been there already too, and I was like thinking in my head maybe that's what it was, but I wasn't like sure. So yeah, I went ahead and went there, unfortunately. Okay. Come here, fishy. Tell me. Wait, did I already bait him? I don't know if I've already done this. It's Monday. What am I doing? Vivid Snake, I explained that I left my other job. I'm waiting for my new job to start, and I have time off in between. So I'm using that time to stream and hopefully get this game done by the end of the year. Just Keenan without Kel. Favorite Zelda game. Yay! I love this game. I love it so much. I've never beat it, but I'm getting closer.
Success.
I'm working on the C chart right now. So I'm in the home stretch. It's just taking a long time. Thank you for the follow. I'm really enjoying it. You've only been playing for 3 months. Do you feel like you've made progress, Eve? What is Link wearing on his face? Luke, I just saw that if you're still here. It is like the hero's charm. I got it from Miss Marie in exchange for 40 joy pendants. She gave me this mask, which tells me the health remaining for my enemies when I'm fighting them. Alex, you said you'll be back? Okay, great. I can't wait to see you when you come back. Boy, Small Fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island, and I'm gonna have this whole thing memorized by the time we're done with this, by the way. Then start by opening up your C chart. Okay. Yes, sirree, Bob, if you say so. How's the Triforce progress? Getting close? I'll show you. It's a little upsetting. I'll show you after this. Let me tell you a little something about that island over there, Small Fry. The guy who lives there is named Tingle, but he won't grow up and act his age. He still dresses like a little kid. That is not normal. Still, from what I hear, he can decipher maps like nobody's business. I know. I need to go talk to Tingle after I get all these Triforce charts. It just goes to show that you can't judge a person on appearance alone, Fry. Of course, the thing about this Tingle guy is that when it comes to time to pay his deciphering fee, you'd better be ready to fork over some serious dough. Anyone who doesn't have a deep wallet won't be reading any maps, that's for sure. And that's all the info I've got to offer. Blah, blah, blah. You gotta pay me again for me to tell you the exact same information that I just told you. Okay. While I'm there, go ahead and get what I got deciphered. Good idea, Vivid Snake. Yes, so... Oh, Jalapeno. You said just modded my Wii U. Thank you for giving me a sign to replay this game. Yes, play it. When's the last time you played it? Like all the way through or just a little bit? Either way, Jalapeno. And your friend... Oh, my friend. How long have we been playing this game? Shh. Too long. I'm on a mission to finish it in the next couple of weeks before January 1st, 2026. We're beating this game. We're gonna be done soon. So this is the... Let me show you guys what I have. Whoops, wrong thing. Triforce chart-wise, the things that I've got are... Whoops. No. Ah! I have 2, 6, and 8. And so I need 1, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have very many. And then I think I actually do have, how do I see? I thought I had gotten a Triforce shard already, but maybe it was a chart actually that I got. So unfortunately, I'm not very far along with this, but I'm going to go ahead and talk to Tingle like Vivid Snake suggested. And by the way, if you didn't hear me say, backseat gaming is encouraged. So you can tell me things like that, and I will be happy to hear the advice and the tips. I play every day at school since I don't have a personal instrument, you said, Noodle. That makes sense. That's awesome that you get to play at school, though. Oh, crap. No. Okay, I need to get my... I can't remember if the boomerang actually hurts. Okay, yeah, it does. No! Bro, come back! Come back! Come back! Okay. That's fine. That was fine. Oh. Bro! It takes so long once I throw it. Okay. Come on! Never mind. I guess I won't get that. Your Finishing Earthbound took me 3 years. I just reached a like goal, I think. Thank you guys so much for the likes. I don't even have that displayed on the screen. Thank you. Okay, I need to figure out what the heck I'm doing. So go to... I haven't played Earthbound. What were you playing Earthbound on? I don't even know what that's on. That way, if you come across an island that has Triforce Shard, you can collect it. That makes sense. What did you say, Blue Light? This way, if you come... Yeah. Thank you for resending that. Screw that orb. What is the orb that we're... What are we talking about? I'm so confused. Okay, we are going... What am I doing? Where is Tingle? Oh my god. Guys, what's wrong with me? Brain, please work. A little. How do I find Tingle? He said he was here. Is he here? Is he here? On that island? Okay. Ah! Ah! Right here. Is this where Tingle is? When do you stream on Monday? Vita, thank you so much. You are too. Okay, I guess we can't go any further. Really? God, I hate having to do this just to go anywhere. Just this much I want to go. BG Dubs, I don't normally stream on Mondays, but I'm currently waiting for my new job to start, so I'm not working right now. And that means that I can stream right now. So it's not going to be a part of like a forever schedule, but for now, when I can stream, I will stream. And since I can't stick with it forever, I'm not like I'm not setting it up as like a certain time you can expect, but just know that I'll be on. You could have just cruised. I don't know. Sorry. Tingle? Is there 3 Tingles? It's good to see you, BG Dubs. How are you? Oh, Mr. Fairy. Mr. Fairy? That's not my name. I've been longing to see you. I'm not a fairy. What should we play? What do you want to play? What? You're not here to play? That fragrant, musty scent. Fragrant and musty? Sir, you have found a chart. Splendid. Splendid. Show me. Bruh. Why, you can't read that chart in its current state. Impossible, sir. Would you like me to decipher it for you for 398 rupees? I have 3,629. I'm pretty sure that's enough for all of them. I know I'm extra, Vivid Snake. I know. I wasn't thinking about that. What about Windfall? You want me to go to Windfall? It is Tingle Island. I didn't realize Tingle Island had multiple Tingles. BG Dubs, I thought I asked you how you are, but now I don't remember if I did. I'm good. How are you? Yes. Decipher my things. My musty, dusty, crusty charts. Tingle, tingle, Kululepa, become readable. You got your chart deciphered. Now you can use it to find a piece of the Triforce. Press up on to the D-pad to open your C-chart. Blah, blah, blah. I have more. Yes. Yes. Please. Tingle, tingle, Kululepa, become readable. You got your chart deciphered. Blah, 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 blah. I know. I want more. Decipher the next chart. Let's get it. Yeah. Take my money. Tingle, tingle, Kululepa, become readable. Yay! Look at all the money I'm losing. I have 2,435. I had like 3,600 when I started. Wonderful. I love when you open this C chart by pressing Y, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Wait, maybe that was new. I don't know if he actually had told me that before. Oops. Okay. So, C chart. C chart. Triforce chart. Triforce chart. That's what I want. Okay. So I need to match that to something else on the map. Crap. Oh, okay. I remember seeing all of these because this one looks like a domino, kind of. I remember the triangles. I think I just got those. I don't remember that one, but some of those shapes look familiar to me, so I know I've gotten those. Yes, it's Tingle, King. Welcome in. Happy Monday. How are you? To your C chart? What do you mean to my C chart? You have a Tingle tuner, do you not? No. If you do not have one, do not worry about it. If you lack a Tingle tuner, it is sort of complicated, I suppose. No, do not go out of your way. No, really. I mean, it is quite useful. The Tingle tuner, I mean. But no, really, I would not expect you to heave ho. Okay? I thought I did. Do I have a Tingle tuner? That's a Tingle tuner. Was I just talking to the pink one? Look at my Tingle tuner. Do I have to connect it? Dang. I guess I have to connect it, which I can't do because I'm playing this on the Nintendo Switch. 2. You did. LOL, sorry. I'm doing good. I've been trying to play Elden Ring. It's not been easy. Ooh. Yeah, that game is definitely not in my wheelhouse of games that I would do very well at playing. Bro, I was trying to talk to the other one. No! Ah! This one. Can I not talk to him? Okay. Heave ho, ugh, this way. This is just between you and me, but this guy has another brother. If that guy could just come spin this thing instead of me, heave ho. Okay, so that sounds like a side quest, kind of. The Triforce charts to the island on your safe chart is pointless though in the Switch. Yeah, you can zoom in on your C chart and look at the other islands. Go to my C chart. Yeah, I remember like, okay, so is that's not the is that the triangle one? It might have been a different triangle one. This is so tedious. Oh my god, I need to just Google this. This is crazy. There, that's one. The Two-Eye Reef. That's one. It was like in the corner of that domino looking piece. I don't know what else to call it. Press twice. Yeah. It was in the top right corner inside of this. So that's one where I need to go. And then I know it had triangles, but now I'm forgetting what. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like one tiny triangle on top of another. No, that's not what I meant to do. Whoops. Ah! So the other one... this one. Yeah? I think that one. Okay, that's where 2 of them are. What are you trying to do? Fill out the C chart. Yeah, so I found out where... you might need to like do a quick sketch of this in my notebook. I found out where, or I guess I could take a picture. I do have a phone. We could do that. I found out where some Triforce shards are. Take a picture. And this one. And then the other one I don't recognize. I didn't recognize. I'm not sure if that's territory I've covered yet. And I need the Triforce shards. I can't even remember why anymore. Penguins, you're here. Tingle is next to Tongle. Are you still here, Penguins? I just now saw your chats. Welcome in. How are you? Okay. Are they all... Whoa. Whoops. Are they not all named Tingle? Is one of them actually named Tongle? What are these things? This looks like something. It's nothing though, probably? Probably. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Okay. We are gonna go... I'm just gonna keep moving. It is? It is what? Now I don't remember what I said, Vivid Snake. Oh, it is not a side quest. Wait, but you said it is on about what? I don't remember what I said. Okay, so now I'm gonna go northwest. Yes? Yes. I'm just gonna go west, and then I'm gonna go north. So I'll get the space next to me, then I'll go up, then I'll go west, up, north, and then I'll go west, and then I'll go south, and then yeah, okay. West it is. I don't know which direction I'm actually currently facing, though. I need to face west, or I need the wind to go west. Finding the other brother. I'm lost. West at Rockspire, go to the Beatles. Oh, crap, I forgot. Yeah. Thank you. I forgot what I was doing. Yes, I think it's just west of me is where Beatles ship is, at Rockspire. You said at Rockspire. I think the one that I'm trying to get to is just west of me, if I remember correctly. So I do want to go west, as Blue Light said. We love SpongeBob references here. Yes. Going west. You also have Beetle's chart. Yeah, I have Beetle's chart, and there's a Beetle that on the chart, he's wearing a helmet. And I remember, I think it was Brittany on Saturday had been recommending that I go there, and that Beetle with the helmet that looks like a monkey is good. And I just checked that spot on the map, Vivid Snake, before I got started today. So that's why I'm like pretty confident that he's in this spot right here. So I just looked it up. I'm pretty sure that's where he is. It's so quiet here. There's like no music on this part of the ocean. I also want to get my bait ready. I need oh, is that a fish? There's the fish. I need to get this spot filled out, and I see the fishy. Time to bait the fishy. Oh, no. Oh, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad. That was okay. What? It like just barely picked me up. I was expecting so much worse. Why was that like nothing? Okay, let's go to the fishy. You said you did too, quite early on. Well, good for you, Vivid Snake. Good for you. I did look at it very early on, but I didn't really know why I was looking at it or what to do with it, because it was very early on. I was not even at the point of exploring the entire chart or anything like that. I was just focused on getting my main objectives done. But good for you, Vivid Snake. Okay, eat my bait, please. Tell me things that I need to know. Oh, wise fish. Boy, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want chart or information about this chart, blah, blah, blah. Start by opening up your sea chart. She's sassy today. Hi, Keyblade Master Eric 12. Welcome in. Happy Monday. How are you? Yeah, I am feeling a little sassy. I don't know why. I guess it's just because I'm not usually here on a Monday. It's got me all sassy. I wonder how long it's been since the light in the Windfalls Lighthouse went dark. It was quite a grand sight, I tell you. The way that ray of light shone out like a shaft of gold through the cold darkness. I used to gaze at it with dear Gillian. Anyway, I bet if someone could shoot a powerful spark into the top of that lighthouse, it would. I already did that. Of course, that's just my intuition talking. Then again, you should never doubt a fish's intuition. Small fry. And that's all the info I got to offer. Blah, blah, blah. Bait me again. You saw that you were on and thought, wait, this is Monday, not Wednesday. Keyblade Master Eric, you've got my schedule down. So as we know, for anybody who celebrates the holiday, that Wednesday is Christmas Eve. And I celebrate Christmas. So Wednesday, I will be Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Wednesday, I can't stream this week. Saturday, I'll be out of town for the holiday still. I'm traveling to my parents' house for the holiday, Christmas. And then Sunday, I will be driving back, so I won't be streaming. So to make up for that, and because I'm able to today, and tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, definitely today. Tomorrow, maybe not. But definitely today, I'm streaming. And then next week will be a little different too. But yes, typically I'm here on Wednesdays. And not Mondays. So this is a special occasion. Okay. Oh, a fine welcome to you, young person that I've never seen before. You're so lucky to meet me at this time. This shop will close in just 7 more days, and I'm having a clearance sale. Okay. Yes. I only need 1 more piece. Yay! I don't know if I should have bought that because I know I could have found one for free. And now I'm regretting that because what if I don't have enough money for Tingle for all the sea charts? I hope I do. I should. It never closes. I guess. Yeah, I could do the Song of Passing 7 times and see if that's actually true. If it actually closes in 7 days. I probably shouldn't have done that, but yeah, I can get more rupees. You're right. I don't care that much about the treasure chart right now, and I don't know if I can hold another empty bottle. Hold on. Can I? Should I get that bottle? It's 500, technically, and I just spent 900, and I need a bunch of rupees for getting my charts deciphered by Tingle, chat. So let me know what you think. If I should buy a 500 rupee jar, or if I should just hang on to my rupees. It's up to you. I never do. That is the last bottle you can hold. I don't know that I actually need it. Like, I have 2 fairies, and then I have 2 servings of grandma's soup. And I don't foresee myself getting in any big fights for a while because I still am working on this. So if I do need it later on or feel like I want it later on, I can come back and get it. But right now, I need the rupees for Tingle. That's the priority. Same with the treasure chart. If I change my mind and realize that I really want that treasure chart, then I'll come back for it. But priority right now is Tingle deciphering my Triforce charts. So I need the rupees for that. And I'll just come back if I need it later, I guess. Thank you for helping me think through that, chat. Alex, you said you're back. Welcome back. How was whatever you're doing? I'm glad you're back. I'm going to... What am I doing? That. Okay. Now... Wait, did I bait the fish here yet? Yes, I did. Now I'm gonna go north. Oh, but I didn't explore the island. Wait, I need to explore whatever's here. Hold up. No! What is it? Where is it? Where are you? Show yourself. What is it? Oh, this. No! Ah! Stop it, you're going so fast. Okay, yeah, there's things I can do here. What is it? What do I do? A rupee! You just had to do something? Well, I'm glad that you're back, Alex. I'm still just exploring. I don't know if I should use my hook shot. Is that what I'm supposed to do here? Okay, I don't need that. Yay! The time of day is changing. Oh, here we go. Yay! And I have super strength, but I can't pick that up from here. I wonder if this... What if I wear my... Boots? No. Dang. I thought maybe my boots. Bombs? Okay. I always thought I was gonna maybe use my super strength. I don't know why. But bombs works. Dang it. I need to wait a little longer. What? Ah, too soon. Did it work? Yay! Oh, whoopsie. Sorry, Link. Yay! That wasn't too bad. I did all right with that. What is here? Western Fairy Isle. Okay, I don't care about that. Oh! I did not... I did not mean to do that. Boat cannon. Boat cannon? That's what I get here? Oh, oh, oh. No! No, 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 no. No. Get away from me. Okay. A little dramatic. That's okay. I'm just gonna go down here. I'm gonna create a suspend point, actually. I've gotten some stuff done. And I don't want to lose my progress. Whoops. Yes. Okay. No, boat cannon is what you get when you use your bombs. Oh. On the boat. Right. I could have done it that way. Ha. Oh, well, the way I did it works. I totally forgot about that. Whoops. I guess that worked. Huh. Okay, I'm drinking coffee right now. I don't normally drink coffee on stream, but I'm kind of tired. Do you guys drink coffee or tea? And if you drink coffee, do you drink it black or with creamer? Come on. Oh. Die. Oh, there's more? How many are there? There's so many. Die. Okay, okay. You'll be back later? You gotta go into town? Oh no, I didn't mean to go up. Shoot. Ah, BG Dubs. I will see you later. I'm so glad you were here for a little bit, and I hope if you can't come back today, I just look forward to the next time I can see you. Do I really have to do all of this again? That's so freaking annoying. You've never drank coffee and you don't plan on it ever. Keyblade Master Eric? Wow. Good for you. I'm so annoyed. I was so close to getting all of them. Jeez Louise, there's so many. They're everywhere. Any more? Are you guys gone now, finally? Are you gone now? Yay! Yay! Do you drink anything for caffeine, Keyblade Master Eric? Or are you just like naturally, because you haven't had coffee, you're okay and don't need it, really, kind of thing? You're gonna play Super Smash Bros? Yay! Have fun and good luck. Did you tell me earlier if you were playing with a computer or who you were playing against? Tati, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Happy Monday. How are you? You drink soda. What's your favorite soda, Keyblade Master Eric? When you open this chart, a place where treasure lies will be lit up. Yay! Okay. That's not really what I care about right now, but I got a treasure chart, so we'll take it. All right, moving on. Going back to my boat. Where is he? Over here. We'll get there eventually. Slowly but surely. Get in there. Okay, now I will go north. Yeah, that's what I said. Ah! Wrong thing. I meant to have this equipped. Ooh, cream soda. That's a nice choice. Yeah, I need to go north. You also like Sprite and Mountain Dew? I like cream soda. I don't really drink it that much, but I love like the Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper with cream, like those sodas that they made. Those are good. And then I like cream soda too. I'm just not a big soda, like sugary soda person, but cream is nice for sure. Do you like tea or like juices or anything like that? All right, I gotta find another fish in this area. To tell me about this part on the map. Will he be around here somewhere, maybe? Kind of like in the middle of it. Oh, I see him. Yeah. Vivid Snake. I'm speechless. You're right. But everybody who plays this game likes to bait fish. Well, whether they like it or not, they do bait. They bait a lot. So, I'm not alone in that. Okay, give me the bait. You do like tea? You have tea every once in a while? I was gonna say, if you like cream soda, it's not soda, but like boba tea or like milk tea. Do you like milk tea? Boy, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island? Then start by opening up your sea chart. Tell me, what is it? Cool. I have not seen anything like that on the maps that he deciphered. They say that inside the ring of rock that makes up the perimeter of that island, there lives an incredibly beautiful fairy. But the thing is, nobody's ever met her. Supposedly, the only way you'll ever meet her is to take a ride on a whirlwind and drop inside that rock perimeter from the sky above. Doesn't sound easy, Fry. Okay, yeah, I have met her. They need to update their information. Hey, Brayden, welcome in. How are you? Happy Monday. I'm glad to see you here. Yeah, I've already been there. And I feel like another fish has already told me that information, but whatever. I'm gonna go right here. See what's up about this little island right here. Who are you? Oh. Is this the Girthy Merchant again? Girthy Merchant 2.0? Who is it? Is it? He looks girthy. He has a big pack on his back. I'm what's called a okay, Girthy Merchant. Guy, your name is Girthy. Perhaps a Goron? A Goron? I don't remember what Gorons look like. What are Gorons? No. Just a poor wanderer cruising the world in search of rare objects of all sorts. I detected a scent wafting from this island that suggested to me that there might be something of value here, so I sailed my tiny raft all this way from far, far away. But the high rock wall on the main island blocks my way. So it seems as though I won't be able to get much farther. What a disagreeable turn of events. However, my boy, that delivery bag of yours smells to me as it might well be home to rare and unique items. If you have any curios that might be worthy of selling in a shop, might you trade them to me? Someday I'm going to open myself a shop, a huge shop. No, a mega super store. I'm trying to find goods to sell. So, can you show me what you've got on you? I don't know. Gorons are the rock people. That's what Meg just made me do by saying that. I made you, what is that? A face palm? What did I make you do? Stole, this was her first Zelda game and the only one she's played. Or Brayden. Yeah. Well, Echoes of Wisdom, actually, is the only one I've beat. And then, in my adult life, I've dabbled with Breath of the Wild. Probably played that for like 2 years on the Wii U. Or 2 years, 2 hours on the Wii U. So yeah, I'm not familiar with the names of people. If anyone's gonna give her crap, it's my job. I see it all the time. Yes, Vivid Snake does his job very well. It's okay though. If you want to give me crap, it's fine. I've got thick skin. And if you're gonna help me in between, then I'll take it. I don't know if I have anything that he wants. Oh, he said the delivery bag. No, I'm not giving him the cabana deed, bro. Okay, what do you got here? Some rupees? No? Okay. Well, sorry, I just took your supplies. Hope you get home safe. Yes, Breath of the Wild and Echoes of Wisdom, but only a little of Breath of the Wild. I also played Ocarina of Time when I was like 6, so I don't really count that. Okay, I baited the fish, and I explored the little island area. So now I'm gonna go west. Yes. West. And then I'm gonna go south to finish the entire far left of my sea chart. You're not giving it, you're showing it. Oh, he wants to see it? He said for a trade. He said to trade. I'm not gonna give him or trade with him my cabana deed. I want that. But I can try. Do you want that? This isn't quite the type of thing that shoppers crave. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think shoppers would want that because there's only one of them and it's, yeah, no. Oh, he did. You don't need the deed anymore anyways. Well, I could do the slide puzzle, Vivid Snake. I could do the slide puzzle. I think I made the wind go north. Yeah, I need to go north. I don't remember what the rock people look like. Wait. No, I'm not going north. I'm going west. Bro, what am I doing? Did I already change the direct? I think I stopped changing the directions so that I could go show him that deed. Oops. Yeah, I need to go west. It is a whole trading side quest that you start from the shop on Windfall Island from where you got the sale. Do that off stream, please. We don't need the trade. Okay, new stream plan for Vivid Snake only, or just for him, because he so badly wants to watch me do the slide puzzles, all 16 of them. That is what I will be doing today, is 16, gosh darn it, I tried to jump. 16 slide puzzles. It's gonna be a 24-hour stream dedicated to me completing 16 slide puzzles, and that's how we're switching up the plan for the day. Thank you for the wonderful idea, Vivid Snake. Everybody is very, very grateful that you had such a good idea. 24 hours. That's how long it'll take me to get all 16 slide puzzles complete. At least. Okay, so I remember, though, on Windfall Island, the first shopkeeper, he had some, like, flower pots that he said something about, sharing with, other merchants, girthy merchants or something like that. So, yes. I could do that. Crap. Nope. Is that the fish? That's the fish. But I really want to get this done right now. So I'm not going to worry about that at this point. Unless it's super worth it. But I just really want to get this done. Please eat my bait. Thank you. I'm not actually doing 24 hours, though. I don't have the balls. Sure I do. Yes, I do. Ha. I'm just kidding. Knuckle Joe was a homie? Who's Knuckle Joe? I don't remember Knuckle Joe. Who's Knuckle Joe? Oi, Small Fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want... Is that the shopkeeper? Who is that? Yes, I want information. Please give me information. Good fish. Tell me about this spot, please. Another domino. Oh no. Maybe the place that I took a picture of was the wrong one. Uh-oh. You've seen those weird rings of light that appear on the surface of the sea, haven't you, Small Fry? Did you know that some of those rings appear at night? Didn't think so. And that's all the info I've got to offer. If you want to hear it again, bait me again. Blah, blah, blah. Wind Waker! Yes, Aunt! Hello! Welcome in! I'm playing Wind Waker and working on completing my sea chart right now, as well as getting Triforce charts and Triforce shards. It's like the last leg of the game. There are 3 Gorons, one on Bomb Island, one on Greatfish Isle, and one at the island that I was at. So that was a Goron. That was a Goron? He looked like a normal person to me. Oh, wait. I'm confused. That didn't look like a rock person to me. Unless that there was somebody else there that I wasn't talking to. I'm confused. But there might be a Triforce chart here. Right? I think there might be a Triforce chart here. He had clothes on. I should be able to tell that he's a rock with clothes on. Clothes? This game is my favorite of all time. I have a King of Red Lions tattoo. That's awesome. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. That is super cool. When did you get that tattoo? I love this game. This will be my first time beating it. I tried to beat it when it first came out, but I was not very good with this game. I was like 8 years old and did not have the patience to figure it out. I could have sworn I've been here already. In this little area, I could have sworn I did. Is there another place that looks just like this? I guess so. Wow, there's a lot of treasure in here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. Okay, I guess I'll collect this.
Success.
Because there's a lot of it. Ant, thank you so much for the follow. I'm so happy to have you here. Yay! Treasure! This area is full of treasure. Assist trophy. Oh, I know what you're talking about. On Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you got a red rupee. Yay, bro. Literally, as soon as I came up. Okay, cool. Go. 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 Bruce! Faster! Go! Faster! Jesus. Bro! No! Ah! Where am I? Get in there. I think that's the wrong way. Yep. Go, 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 go. Oh my God, they're everywhere. Is there any way to fight them? Because I'm just kind of like letting all of this happen around me. Usually they're named. Yes. Is there anything bro, I can't see. Is there anything I can do? Instead of them just, oh, and now it's day. Great. I need it to be nighttime. Awesome. Okay. Song of Passing is right, left, down. Okay. Nope. Right, left, down. When you say usually they're named, what are you referring to, Brayden? What's usually named? Go! Okay, get it. Yay! I got one. Jeez. Probably rupees. Is it rupees? Yes! I got 20 rupees. Okay. And we go. And we stop. No. Yeah, I went too far. Crap. I probably wasn't. Oh, okay, that worked. Cool, I just had to turn around. Oh, the assist trophies usually have names. Yes, yes. I forgot about that. Do you guys do any amiibos on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? I can't remember. I feel like we've talked about this, but I don't remember who said what about what. Yay, rupees! Again! Bro, I didn't know. I didn't know if I could get hit like that when I'm in the middle of collecting my bounty. Really? What's happening? That took so long. That was like oddly long, right? That was bizarre. Yay! A purple rupee. 50 rupees. Oh, I did not mean to do that. There's one named Crystal. Is that what you mean? By named with the same name as you? I would use an amiibo if I had one. On Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you mean?
Dear lady.
Thank you, Brayden, for the heart me. I love having you in my fan club. A yellow 10 rupees. I thought maybe that was better. Nope. Okay, any other treasures to collect? Anything worth getting over here anymore? I don't see anything super exciting. I'm going so fast for no reason. I think that was it. I don't see any other treasure spots. Okay, getting out of there now. Emmy, thank you. You're so sweet. You're the best person ever. Just kidding. I can't say that because there's a lot of really amazing people in here. So, can't say that. But you're amazing. Thank you. I'm glad you're still here. I didn't know. Let's see here. Where am I going? What am I doing? I need to regroup. I need to go south. That's right. So I went in there. I explored I got the little treasures and whatever was in there. Now I need to go south. Mm-hmm. This is so tedious, but I'm getting it filled out. I'm getting it done, y'all. Okay. Go. So if I get my whole sea chart filled out, I might come back later. Like tonight, to work on getting the Triforce charts and shards, all of that done after getting the sea chart completed. So I might do 2 streams today, just so I can get this part over with. I'm so over it. It's very, very boring. I appreciate you guys being here for it, because I'm over all of the sailing. I don't think the islands have been that exciting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you feel otherwise. I haven't loved it. I just want to get to the Ganondorf fight. That's what I'm looking forward to. Oh, you played Breath of the Wild but never beat it because you didn't like... That was a problem for me too. I forgot about that, Keyblade Master Eric. I totally forgot about that, but that was an annoying part for me as well. I think that's a big part of why I stopped, actually, now that you mentioned that. Yeah. Wow. I completely forgot about that aspect of the game. You're so right. There's the fish. Okay, gonna go talk to this guy over here. Give him the bait. I'm going so slow! Vivid Snake says I can cruise. Let's see how quickly I go when I cruise. Yep. This is great. Love this. Love it. So speedy. It's a little better with the sail. A little. Ah! It would take less time to get the Wind Waker out, I swear. Tell me! I recommended you and you were right next to... I know, Vivid Snake, I'm messing with you. I'm being sassy today. You're sassy sometimes, I'm gonna be sassy. At least one time. So Tears of the Kingdom is the same way, right? Like, your weapons don't last? Am I correct on that? Yeah, no one likes this part of the game. I hate it. It's making me evil, angry, sassy. Yeah, yes, okay. Yeah. I, don't know if I would like that. I really didn't like it on Breath of the Wild. I totally forgot. But yeah, not a fan. Okay, Ahoy, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island? Then start by opening up your sea chart. Okay. Another heart-shaped island. Yes, but you can strengthen them in Tears of the Kingdom. Asian, that's cool. Is that... So it's not that way in Breath of the Wild? You can't strengthen them in the Breath of the Wild, but only in Tears of the Kingdom? I like pirate games, so open sea sailing is perfectly okay with me. Interesting. I think I would like it if that was the game. But because that's not the game that I'm playing Zelda, I want to, like, go through temples and dungeons and fight and solve puzzles and fight Ganondorf. I think that's why it's really frustrating for me, because I'm not trying to play an open sea sailing whatever adventure game right now. Or if I'm fine with it being part of the game, but being at the very tail end when I'm so close to what I think will be the best part of the game, or one of the most exciting parts of the game, is getting me, like, frustrated. Because I'm like, I just want to get to the fun fight. I want to fight Ganondorf once and for good. For good. I want to fight him so bad. I'm so ready. I've been training for this. I'm ready to beat that guy up to a pulp, and for everybody to be safe and saved, and everyone to be happy again, and there's never going to be any problems after this one, right? So that's what I want. Hey, RBL, how are you? Good to see you again. Happy Monday. I'm glad that you're in here. What? You said most Zelda fans don't consider Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom as real Zelda games? Why? That doesn't even make any sense to me. They're very real. What? Just because they're so open worldy? Or why? My jester is here! Yay! How are you, Alex? I'm good, RBL. I was just explaining that I'm in a very frustrating, kind of slow, tedious, annoying, boring, long, cumbersome part of the game, and I'm over it. Thank you for the heartbeat, Alex. Thank you. I love having you in my fan club. They don't like it being open world, even though all Zelda games have been open world. They're just locked behind needing items to fully explore. Yeah. Like, you can go anywhere. But like you said, you need to do certain things first, to be able to explore further. You don't have traditional dungeons. Oh yeah, I just saw TikTok about that last night. I didn't realize that. I hear the bird people who live on Dragon Roost Island east of here have invented an incredibly useful device that they call a grappling hook. No lie, Fry. I hear you can throw that thing at monsters and use it to grab treasure they've hidden in their pockets. Talk about cool. Oh, and have you seen those imp-like creatures called bokoblins that hang out on the lookout platforms at sea and stare through their telescopes? Emmy, I love you. Thank you. The first Zelda game was open world. You could do any dungeon in any order. That's cool. Have you played all the Zelda games, Vivid Snake? Okay, yeah. I don't need that. I'm over it. I'm over it. Tell me something good for once. Please. Something useful. Okay, I'll go here. Sure. It's on fire. Okay, let me put that fire out with my ice arrows. Oh, and I can hammer this thingy. I tried to target. Okay. Technically, yes, except the Philips CDI based ones in Cadence of Hyrule. Oh, yeah. Is Cadence of Hyrule the rhythm one? There will always be the people who are old man yells at cloud types. Are you saying that is the people who say Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom are those types, Alex? By the way, Meg, do you watch anime? And if so, what's your favorite? Good question, RBL. And I want you to answer the same question. I'm curious. Anybody here that watches anime, I would love some recommendations. I have tried to watch many an anime without success. So I didn't need my fire arrows for this after all. But I've made it through Death Note easily. That one I love Death Note. So I've tried to get through Naruto and didn't make it very far, considering how many episodes there are. Oh, Death Note, RBL. And I love Studio Ghibli, any of that stuff as well. I know that's not like traditional like TV show anime stuff, but love those movies. Yes. 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 Those are the old man yells at cloud types. I got confused, Alex, because I was like, do you mean Cloud as in Cloud on Super Smash Bros? Because that's your character. I was sorry. I get you now. Like, why? That's not Zelda. Ah. Naruto is a crazy attempt. Yeah, it was. It was. When I was a teacher, all of my students, all they could ever talk about was Naruto. They loved Naruto, and I wanted to know what it is that they loved so much about it. So I attempted it, and I made it through, I think, like season 1. And I was like, there's way too much of this. Then I was like, I'll just watch what are the canon episodes. I won't watch any like filler or ones that aren't part of canon, I guess. And still that was too much. So I did not make it. But RBL, I was wondering what anime you like, if you watch anime, and what you suggest. I also liked One Punch Man. I only saw the first season of that when it came out several years ago. So it's been a long time since I watched it, but I really enjoyed that one as well. And I know there's another season, but I haven't seen that. Makoto Shinkai movies? I don't know. One Piece? No, there's too much One Piece out there. I can't watch all of it. Link's crossbow training for the Wii? I didn't even know that was a game. My favorite anime is probably A Silent Voice and My Hero Academia. Oh, I watched there's one about what is it called? I can't remember what it's called, but it's like kids, well, high school students that are dead, I'm pretty sure, but they haven't moved on yet. Like they're in purgatory basically, and they have like powers or something like that, and they're trying to fight this one student who, I don't know, they think that she's trying to get them or something. I can't remember what it's called. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you guys seen that one? Is there a lot of animes about high school students in purgatory that have powers that are trying to take down one student in particular who they think is the enemy but isn't really? And once they like realize that they just have to resolve some inner turmoil or conflict or whatever that they have within themselves from when they were alive, once they resolve that and come to terms with it, then they can move on and they pass for good. That's what the show was, but I don't know what it was called. I also tried watching My Hero Academia but didn't get very far. I don't know what A Silent Voice is. How long is that? I just read you said don't worry, One Punch Man ended after season 1 as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I've heard people don't like the is it just season 2 or is there more than season 2? Whatever came after season 1, I've heard that it's not a fan favorite. People don't like it. Garden of Words, Your Name? No, I haven't seen that. Or either of those. You don't think you know it? It's a movie you should watch. A Silent Voice. Okay. Is A Silent Voice about somebody who's gonna die or about to die or something like that? Is there something to do with that in there? When I was 20 years old, I met somebody who said that was their favorite anime. I'm pretty sure it was A Silent Voice. They told me it made them sob. They cried. And this was a male person who was telling me this. And I was like, wow. Like, that must have been pretty touching. And they told me about it. And then I forgot what it was called after that. Hi, Lebowski. So that might actually be the one. Does it involve music or instruments or anything like that? How are you, Lebowski? Young Waker of the Winds, allow me to aid you in your quest. I get another upgrade thingy. Yay. Let's see what it is. What are you giving to me? You can now carry more arrows. Carry up to 99? Holy smokes. I didn't even need 60. That's crazy. Oh, okay, this is who I thought Cheddar was. The four-armed girl. I love her. Good choice, Alex. She's got 4 arms. You're lucky. If I remember right, kind of. Not really. It's about a deaf girl, if I remember right. Okay. I really need to look into that, because that might be the anime that I was told about like a decade ago that I forgot what it was called and have been wanting to watch ever since then. That might be it, because I know it was a movie, too. I remember that. You just got off work. How was work? I'm glad you're off now. You're lucky. Alex, you're very lucky. 4 arms? Just imagine. Imagine what could be done. Okay, I don't need any fairies. I have 2 fairies in my jar already. Jars. And I have grandma soup in my jars. So she could bait a lot of fish. She could do a lot of things at one time. I don't care about that guy. Okay, we're gonna go down to... That's my wife, for God's sake. Yeah, you be careful about the way you talk about his wife. The only anime I watch anymore is Pokemon. I love putting Pokemon on, like, Pokemon from the 2000s, or, like, late 90s. I like to put that on when I'm in a sleepy, cuddly, nappy mood. I like to just put it on and fall asleep on the couch. It's very comforting. But I haven't seen any of the new Pokemon stuff. Favorite anime is King of the Hill. Bet. On Discord, I had they did like a temporary King of the Hill thing for your profile picture on there. And I had that. I love King of the Hill. Okay, I'm going south. No, I need my flag, my sail. That's what I was doing. Okay. Take me away. We're going south. I've said the anime twice and you didn't read it. I did read it, right? You said A Silent Voice was a movie, and then My Hero Academia was the other one, right? I did read that. Unless you said something else, then I didn't see it. Sometimes TikTok bans certain words for some reason. Like, doesn't even send the chat at all. So that could be something that's happened. But that's what I saw, and that's what I read. Favorite anime movie for me is Spirited Away. Yes! Lebowski, that's what I'm talking about. I love Spirited Away. It's probably my favorite Ghibli movie too, which I know people love, like Princess Mononoke, which I also love, but if I pick a favorite of the Ghiblis, it's Spirited Away. It's nostalgic for me. That was like one of the first ones I saw, and it really impacted me. I thought it was amazing. I couldn't stop thinking about it after I first saw it, and I've seen it many more times since then. Oh, Kiki's Delivery Service is awesome. Yes, I think it was too. I love that one as well. You said my Discord profile picture is Naked Bubba from Texas Chainsaw Massacre with a chainsaw covering him. Wow. Oh, Alex, did you see that show? Did you see that show? It came out on Netflix like it came out like around October. And it was like in a series of other shows. I think it's by the same people who did the Jeffrey Dahmer show and some other show. But they did one about a person who supposedly inspired a bunch of different movies, including Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but a lot of different movies too. Yes, that one. So the connection that I was making was it showed how apparently he inspired the Texas Chainsaw Massacre story, supposedly. I don't know if that's like for sure, but they drew connections between that guy and a lot of different horror movies and shows that came out, including Psycho too. But yeah. Shinkai was a disciple of Miyazaki. Gotta check his films out. Okay, so that's the guy that you said was guy or person that did. I'm gonna need to go back through the chat after I'm done with this to go back to those film names you said, because if you say that, then that makes me really want to watch those movies. Hoi, Small Fry. Also, the show was just kind of weird. I don't know. It was okay. I don't highly recommend the show, especially if you're not big on true crime, but even if you were, I don't know if I would feel good about strongly recommending it. It was something okay to watch to me for the season, the Halloween season, but hated it, if I'm being honest. That show, the Ed Gein, whatever, I didn't like the actor, his voice. And then I looked up that they really took a lot of liberties with the story, which of course shows do. But I don't like when you're telling the story of somebody who really existed, and you want to get some information accurate about what actually happened, and you want to be careful about who you're accusing of what. I think that it's important to be careful with getting some information right and not stretching things too much. Boy, Small Fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island, then start by opening up your sea chart. Yeah, Alex, same. There's a lot of things that made me really uncomfortable in that show. And I can do uncomfortable. I'm fine with being uncomfortable, but I was like uncomfortable in not a wonderful or tolerable or enjoyable way. Which sounds weird, to enjoy being uncomfortable, but sometimes movies make me uncomfortable and I have a good time, or shows make me uncomfortable and it's fun. I didn't really think it was fun for a lot of that. I met a really weird guy on the island due east of here. He had a pack on his back. I've already talked to him. Right? He's telling me about the Girthy Merchant. Again. I'm pretty sure I've already baited this fish. I met a really weird guy on the island due east of here. He had a pack on his back huger than any pack I've ever seen. I mean, it was big, Fry. He said he was looking for treasure, but what does he expect to find at a place like that? I tell you, the guy is completely obsessed. And that's all the info I've got to offer. If you want to hear it again, you have to bait me again. Okay. Sho was very uncomfortable with his choices, not in a good way. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I watched all of it. That's why I said it was okay. Because if I really hated the show, I wouldn't have finished it. I don't finish shows I like. I was curious enough, intrigued enough to keep going. So that tells me something. Not that it was a good show, but it was good enough for me to keep going. I guess. Not, I don't know. Not even if, not sure that good is the correct word choice for it. But it was something. It was something. So that's why I don't say I hated it. But it was okay. For me. Okay enough. I need to go. Yeah. I need to go. Wait, did I already explore? It's another one of these things? Did I even make any progress? Am I back where I was, or is this a new one? A horror movie surprise screening. Bro, go faster! Think it's We Bury the Dead? Where do you go to do things like that? I've never even heard of something like that. Like an event like that. A surprise screening? I don't think I really need to be in here, right? Is there anything over here of interest? Probably not. I'm gonna go. Get me out of here. Go. Okay. Yay. We're going. We're going. South? Yes. South. Gonna go bait some more fish. How many species do I have left? I hate this. 9? Okay. Ah, I'm gonna get it done. I'm going to get it done. I've never even heard of We Bury the Dead. You know so many things
Success.
that I don't know about. Whitney, thank you for the follow. Happy Monday, how are you? Okay, I gotta find this fishy. I was saying earlier that I might be back on later tonight. I might take a little break. If I can get my sea chart done, then take a little break and then come back this evening or tonight so that I can finish the Triforce chart deciphering and maybe get the Triforce shards, or some of them at least. I don't know how long that'll take me. It's a movie that comes out in January. You watch? Oh my god! Do you have Letterboxd? That's a lot of movies. I'm a big movie person, but I haven't actually seen new movies like that since I was a kid. My dad's a big movie guy. One time he tried counting all of the DVDs that he has, and he stopped counting when he got to 500 because he had so many left and he was tired of counting. He was like, this is going to take forever. It's not worth it. And that was years ago, like 10 years ago. So he probably has way more now, too. And then we would go to the movies once a week, like every Thursday, and or go ice skating together, too. Boy, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island, then start by opening up your sea chart. Cool. Looks like one of those, a crop circle. That's what it looks like. Jackson, you said this is your favorite game. You've 100%ed it twice. Wow. That's amazing. I'm on my way to 100%ing it for the first time ever. I haven't played it really since I was a child when it first came out on the GameCube, but I love it. I hate the part that I'm on, but I love the game. Did you play it on the GameCube version, or did you play it on the Wii U, the HD version? Aw, Blue Light, thank you. You are so beautiful. Thank you. Once Upon a Time, I know that show. A show I really liked watching that ran from, I know exactly what that show is. I think I watched a couple of the seasons, when I lived with my parents still, and then I moved out because I was like 18, and I don't think I finished it. And they were the ones who had the
Success.
TV that I could watch it on and stuff. Jackson, thank you for the follow. Happy to have you here. GameCube, that's the version that I'm playing. She's not gonna 100% it. She didn't get that one bottle. Vivid Snake, psh, 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 get out of here. The patience you guys have is wild. I agree. I mean, you have a lot of patience for staying here with me through all of this. You do, but you always forget to log them. About Letterboxd, Alex, same. I get on it like twice a year, and then I, by that point, don't remember everything that I've watched, so I'm not logging literally everything. Yeah. But it's cool, I guess. Bye, Jackson. Thank you so much for the follow and stopping in. I will be back maybe later tonight, as well as next week. So I hope to see you again. This was good. I'm here because this is my favorite Zelda. I love it. I love it. I'm here because you guys are amazing. Yet you miss Super Smash Bros. Yay! Yay, okay. You've seen the boats sailing around here with the real huge cannons. Yes, I have. I bet you those things have their hulls packed with treasure. Of course, if you don't have a cannon yourself, there's no way you'll ever sink one of them. And that's all the info. Wait. Oh. 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 I feel so silly. Oh my god. I was asking if there's any way to get those taken out earlier. Of course it's with the boat cannon. Bruh. That's what he just told me, right? Oh my god. I feel so silly. Thanks for telling me that. Goodness. Alex Burns did bet his life savings on you, and he owes them to me. All $10.69. If you want to hear it again, you'll have to bait me again. I'm just Jorshin. He has probably more than that, hopefully. I don't have savings. If you have savings, that's awesome. Classic Meg. Yeah, classic Meg. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going south still. Is there anything for me? Okay, I can go explore here. Yeah, sure. Let's check out this little area right here. I've been sitting for an hour 45 minutes. Wow. I need to stand up. And you probably do too. I don't know the last time you stood up, but standing up is good. Stretching, moving our legs, walking around, getting a drink, getting a snack. What? Boy, that was so easy. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna stretch my legs and get something to eat and or drink real quick. I ran out of my coffee. Oh, speaking of shows, does anybody Can you even see this? Know who this is. If you know who this is, then I love you. Even more than I already did. And this is what it says. I love this cup, but I had some coffee. It's just about empty, and I need something else. I'm hungry. I have a large pile of collectibles and trinkets. That is the jester's well. Perfect. I'm sure it's very valuable. Hey, yes, Steezy. It is Bojack. Yes, yes, Alex. Bojack. Yes. Why am I blinking? Princess. What was her name? Princess something? Why am I blinking on it now? Caroline? Is that right? That sounds wrong to me. Princess Caroline? Is that right? I think that is right. I've seen that show probably 4 times all the way through. Typically watch it when I'm unwell. That's when I first started watching it. Was a low point in my life. And then I rewatched it a couple times at other low points in my life. And then I rewatched it again with my husband because he'd never seen it. And I was doing great in life at that point. But that's like my mentally unwell show. Carolyn. Yes. Yes. Charlie Brown, you said. Welcome in, Steezy, by the way. Happy Monday. Yes, The View from Halfway Down. That poem. Yes. That show gets me. It makes me very upset in a good way. Standing up activates the BP reflex. What's the BP reflex? Oh, Emmy. I brought in a bag of old journals and notebooks. I was gonna see if some of them were like notebooks that I was talking about yesterday, where I would like pass back and forth with a friend in high school or something and write notes back and forth too. So I brought that here, and I didn't set up any kind of like redemption or anything like for you to do to have that be redeemed. But let me really quick show you. This is the bag. It's like a huge backpack. It's extremely heavy, full of notebooks and diaries from when I was a kid. And so I can definitely pull something out to read from here and there just to maybe make this a little bit more fun because the sailing around it ain't it. I'm sorry. I'm fine, but this could be a little better. I will be right back. So don't you go anywhere except for standing up and stretching your legs. Happy Monday, everybody. Okay. We are going to this ice here, and we're gonna melt it with our fire arrows. That's what we're gonna do. I was really close to that for no reason. Okay, it's a hole in the ground. Sweet. And then I have that is on fire. Cool. Sassy and drinking. Yes, Vivid Snake. It's an excellent combination. It should be a great time. Oh, by the way, I forgot that I had mentioned it can't be as bad as the Pib. Oh yeah, I'm not getting pibbed up, so don't worry, guys. Nothing like the Pib. Oh, I have old pictures here too. Are these good pictures? Oh my god. I don't know if you guys can even see this. There's me and one of my friends. I don't know if I should show her, but I have a bow in my hair. Yes, I wore bows in my hair. I wanted to. It was called Scene. When I was a kid, I wanted to be seen so bad, or like in high school. So I teased my hair up and put bows in my hair. I couldn't dye it. My mom wouldn't let me. So when I was in my 20s, I dyed my hair a lot. I finally could. Um. Oh, good point. I don't know. Okay. Maybe I should pour it into a glass. I don't know. The stream was lagging? During what? You drank your water to increase your blood volume and decrease osmolarity so that osmotic pressure is well balanced. Are you Chat GPT? What? Yes, it's apple juice. Okay, I'm gonna go get a glass because I don't want to get flagged or anything. I'm gonna be right back. But anyway, I'm back. I'm here. I'm back. And, yeah. I see the jester had everybody stand up. You all can sit down if you haven't already. And I don't think that I'm gonna get, intoxicated from one. I don't think so. Oh! Oh my god, you guys don't even know about... Yes! Okay, this is one of the notebooks that I was telling you about. That we would write notes back and forth. Oh my god. What? Okay. I'll have to read some of that at some point. I'll read it at some point. Vivid Snake, you've reached level 4? How did you reach level 4? Congratulations. Sure you won't. You weren't here? Did you miss it? I didn't read anything yet, Emmy. I feel like I have to be a little careful about what I read. Oh. 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 Okay, I have some poems. Here's some poems that we wrote in the notebook. This is called this is one that I wrote. It's called Mr. Hay. Mr. Hay, he's okay. In his desk is some candy. If you wear a low-cut shirt, he will be so happy. If you wear a low-cut shirt, he'll call himself your pappy. No! 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 That was a really creepy teacher I had. I did not like him. He was creepy, so that was kind of a shot at him. That was a dig at him because I did not like him. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I cannot. I can't keep going. I need to stop. Here's a drawing. No, it's too bright. I don't think you guys can see it. It's too bright. I don't know if there's anything else that's good in here. That was pretty good. Oh. A lot of talking about dating in here. A lot of talking about boys. Stuff that I don't necessarily want to read out loud about the other person that I was writing to, about her life, even though that was like 20 years ago or whatever almost. So maybe not the best one to keep reading from. Dr. Pepper Psychologist, you said you got me a stocking under your Christmas tree? What? What? No way. What kind of stocking is it? Is it a normal looking stocking? Vivid Snake said I might want to read those quietly to myself before out loud. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. That might be a good idea. Okay, we can keep going. We can keep going with the game. I don't think there's anything else really that I can quickly pull out. There's too many notebooks in here. It's too much. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, this is funny. I'll show you one more thing. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe that you can review them later then just in case. Yeah. I'll find some good pages to read out loud for you. Oh. I'll just read this first line. This is a poem/song I wrote. I literally called it poem/song. It was November 12th, 2008. And I called it Sad Reality. The first line is, tears burn in my eyes as I see you and her together. Sad reality. I was 13 years old. And there's a lot more in there. Basically about me being devastated about being alone as a 13-year-old. You know. Just 13-year-old girl things. Oh, I need the ice arrows. Bro. Oh, you can only swap with R. That's okay. That doesn't work. I think I have to go in the hole. We need to bring the song to life. Strong start, Hulk Smash said. Thank you. We will. We must bring the song to life, guys. We need it. Potato, hello. Welcome in. I just saw your chats. Welcome in. How are you? No. How are you? Alex, how are you doing? Oh my god. Well, I don't have a jar for that fairy, so can I just let her stay there? Okay, so I have to go in the hole. There's literally nothing else for me to do here. You gotta find me a sad type beat. Yes, Ivy, please. Find me a sad type beat and we'll make the song a reality. A sad reality. No, it's like the best stocking you can ever imagine. Okay, tell me more. What makes it the best stocking I could ever imagine? Blue light, you said again? Again what? So he can be happy and give you candy. I just read that. I'm reading up on some things I missed. Bye. What? Blue light killer, what? What? What are you wanting? Huh? What did you miss or not miss or hear or not hear? His controller died. Whose controller died? Read. To the living, light the 6 torches and dive down to the seafloor. Guide the lost spirit of the boat that forever wanders in darkness. Okay. I don't need all of this. I probably will, though. So how do I do... I don't need that. How do I do what it wants me to do? I need fire. Fire arrow? Fire arrow. Maybe? Ah. Yes. And then again over here. Oh. Nope. No. I didn't mean to do that. I can't see the... How do I get over there? Jackson, you're back. Yay. It was a... Wait, what? Who said it was a good sucking? Who said it was a good sucking, Blue Link Killer? I surely didn't. Light the torches with the arrows. I'm trying to get the torch over here. I don't think that's gonna work. No. No. How do I get that one? I don't know how to get up there. Or get that one. Ah, no, I didn't mean to do that. Chat, what do I do? How do I get that? Am I on the right track? Am I doing the right thing? It's going so much higher than I want it to. And to the left. I'm so confused. Okay. Ah. Bro. Potato, you're back. Hi. Hello. Just need to find the right angle. Okay. So it is possible. Nicholas. Also, hello. I'm trying to find the right angle. I just am struggling. I can hardly see it. Oh, maybe this is better. No, that's so high up for some reason. There we go. But nothing happened. There's another one. How am I... Am I supposed to somehow get all of these? Just from right here? Bro, that was so far wrong. Ah! Oh my god. There. Is there another one? Is there more? I'm so confused. What am I missing? I did read the thing, but... Light the 6 torches and dive down to the seafloor. Okay, there's 6? I don't see all of them. Am I supposed to be able to get over there somehow and see all of them? I only see those 2. And this one. I found 3 of them. Oh, there's one. There's one. That was good. I'm learning. I'm learning about the aim. Okay. Now, where's the other 2? You guys see others? Is that one? I see one. Nope. 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 Oh my god. Oh, I'm so close but so far. I feel like I'm not doing this correctly. Like, it should be easier, right? Thank you for sharing the stream, Monica. I got it. Oh, there's the last one. Yay. Thank you so much for sharing the stream. Hello. Welcome in. I'm happy to have you back here. How are you today? Oh my god. Bro. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's not even my fire arrows anymore. What? Oh, because I need magic. Okay. Whoops. Oh my god. There we go. I'm good, Monica. I'm good. I'm just playing the Wind Waker, working on completing my sea chart, and kind of in the home stretch, kind of not trying to beat this game. Lemons, I locked in. I got it. Thank goodness. For an orange rupee, 100 rupees. Yay. All right. We got 100 rupees. Let's go. But what about this thing? I want that. What do I do to get that? Oh, do I need to get a Hyoi? Whoops. Die! God, it has such a delay on the arrows. After you you shoot one, it takes so long to do any more. Where's the other birds? Come here, birdies. I don't know if I can get them. Notice me! I'm gonna use all of my arrows for nothing, probably. Bruh, I don't know how to get them to look at me and pay attention to me. Notice me! Do you not see that I'm shooting up arrows at you? Ah, I give up. I feel like they have something to do with me being able to get whatever is in the fire over here. Could I not just like walk through the fire also though? Like, what's stopping me from doing that? What would happen? Can I still open it? Let's try. Nope. I can't. Okay, cool. What about these things? Anything worth it here? Come on. Bruh. Come back. Come back. What do I do here? Am I doing something wrong? Help me! Chat! Help! Only Meg would think that's a valid solution. Hey, I'm a problem solver. That means I try things. I just try things to try to solve problems. If that's not the solution, dang, look at those reflexes. Dang. But what do I do? What do I do? How do I get the fire to stop burning? Why is it glowing right here? Oh, what? Did you see that? That was weird. Have I tried fruit? What do you mean, have I tried fruit? Like a Hyoi pear, that's right. Is there a bird over here that I could control? Also, welcome in, Juniper. Yay! So, I think I go up. Bruh, I hate flying as this thing. Bro! I can't see! No! I hate this! I hate it here! How do you do this? Without... Ah! Thank you! Can the other one come here, please? Please, come here. Please! Get me! I don't want to use all of my Hyoi pears. I can't even see where that other guy is. Okay. How about you fly in open air first? Come on. Come on. I can't see anything. I can hear them, but I can't see. I can't see. Fly up. Ah! So close.
Success.
I was so close. Oh, no. Thank you for the follow, Juniper. Oh, my God. Ah! Circle the island further out. Your connection died. Oh, my God. Yeah, I got closer that time. I'm gonna run out of pears. Only your wife would fly into a spire, then claim she hates flying. What do you mean? Are those birds called spires? I do. I hate this a lot. I can't see anything. Fly up, away from those guys. I have to turn around. I don't know how far away I am. No! No! Oh my God. This is BS. Oh, thank God. Oh my God, I hated every second of that. I used 3 Huoi pears for that. It better be worth it. It better be worth it. If you had stayed on course, you would have made it. Uh-huh. You act like you know me, Vivid Snake, but I don't think you do. Because I would not. Aww. Thank you for... I see...
Do it, lady.
Oh, a piece of a heart. Dang, I didn't have to buy the other heart piece. Shoot. Thank you for the GG's, Hulk Smash. Thank you. Yay, W husband. Okay. Well, that was something. That wasn't super important, but that was something. We're gonna keep going. I think I filled that part of the map. Yes. Okay. Go, go, go. We're gonna go south again to the last spot on the far left of the sea chart. Going south. Yep, we have one more grid. One more grid to bait the fish for. Oh, really? Oh, really? Vivid Snake? Really? I'm just saying I would have messed that up. No matter what, Vivid Snake. Even if I stayed on course, I would have messed it up. Thank you for the heart puffs, Eve. Thank you so much. You leveled or reached level 4. Ooh, this looks like a good treasure. Nice. Yeah, I want that. Yes, something good. What? I pressed A to stop. It literally said press A to stop. That's all I did. Okay, whatever. Yay! What is the good treasure? That is apple juice, Vivid Snake. Get it right. Exactly. It's just apple juice. You gotta go, Alex. Aww. Well, thank you for hanging out here. I appreciate it. Another piece of a heart. So I have 2 heart pieces. I have half of a heart now. Have you shot the fish with a bow? If I remember correctly, there's a little mini game for it. It's been years, so I could be wrong. I've never tried shooting them with a bow before. Huh. I'll have to try that. I haven't tried that before. Interesting. Hello, Shermie. Welcome in. How are you? Happy Monday. Okay, where's the fish? I can try shooting the fish with a arrow, and I need to bait him. Get my arrows equipped. I don't know if I can get him. I don't know if I can get him in the water. I'm gonna get my bait though. I'm gonna need to get more bait. I'm almost out. Try it without locking on? Okay, I will. Or what about when they're jumping in the water? Would that be better? Like farther away? Boy, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island? Then start by opening up your sea chart. Okay. Okay. Sweet. Tell me about this island. Hopefully you'll actually tell me about this island and not something else. Oh, I've got some great information, small fry. Lucky you. If you use the treasure that's hidden on the island, the thing that vanishes as soon as you get near it, it won't vanish anymore. You know it? You know it. What? What is he talking about? What is the thing that vanishes as soon as you get near it? What is he talking about? I'm talking about it. That thing that appears on nights when a wee bit of the right half of the moon is missing? Don't you know what I'm talking about? It! No! I don't know what he's talking about. What is he talking about, chat? And that's all the info I've got to offer. What are you talking about? Jeez, that was not clear. Why would I know what that is? Okay. So should maybe I should try shooting him from further away. Oh, whoops. That's not what I meant to do. From further away when he's jumping like that. In and out of the water. Be there at the time he mentions it and find out. I'll try. Oh my god, I was just trying to stop. Choo 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 choo. Kiss kiss, Emmy. That's the sound we make when we kiss. Not me and you, we. We, like, as humans, people. When people kiss. It could be the ghost ship. That might be what he's talking about. There is a mini game where you shoot fish, Juniper. It is a mini game. But it's a specific fish that you go find. And it starts the mini game. I'm remembering what you're talking about now. So you don't just like shoot them with the arrow. It's like you have to like trigger it by actually finding a specific fish. And then, but yes, you're right about that. I think that I don't just like shoot him though. Okay, I need to stop. I think use my hook shot here. Ah, stop. Hopefully to get pulled up. The 2AS, the fish, that is the fish at Forsaken Island. Is that what you meant to say? That is? Yes, Juniper. I know exactly what you're talking about. I did that game and I did not do it well, and I think I only tried it one time before I was like, nope. I'm very bad at aiming, and I only had the ability to carry 30 arrows at that time anyway. But I think they only jumped up a certain number of times, actually. That was the thing. And I felt like there was some sort of time pressure for some reason. There wasn't. But I did not do well. Okay, what do I do here? Do I go in the waterfall? No. What do I do? Grappling hook, maybe? Oh, hook shot. Okay. All right. Another one? What? I pressed Y. I think my fat thumb pressed A. That waterfall sounds weird. Again? What is this? Oh, there's a hole right there. Nothing? Okay, just go in the hole. I need to make another suspend point. It's been a while again. Will I play Spirit Tracks after this one? Next, I'm playing Pokemon Legends ZA. And then after that, I might be doing Twilight Princess after that. I was gonna say I've already been here. But no, this is different. What? This is cool. What is this? This is very cool. Oh no. That wasn't good. Oh, there's hands in there. You were not very fond of this section? Uh-oh. There's a hand over there. Can I blow it up? Oh no, I didn't mean to set that down. I meant to, throw it. No! Oh my god. No! Oh! No. Can't blow it up. Okay. Phantom Hourglass is next in Wind Waker's Link Spirit because he is in Wind Waker's Link Spirit because is his descendant. Is that on like a I can't remember now. DS or holy oh. Oh my god. Jesus. Guys, somebody could have warned me. That was terrifying. Both games? Okay. I don't know. I don't have an emulator, so I don't know how else I would play that on stream. I kind of guess that I need to go through that one, though, because that was the scariest one. That's going to be my pick. Whoops, no, create suspend point. Just in case it's not right. Okay, let's see what's in pot number 1. No warnings. Wind Waker, then Phantom Hourglass, then Spirit Tracks. Yeah, I don't know how to do... I have a 3DS and a DS, but I don't know how I would play it on here, like, for you all. Without, like, just, like, pointing a camera at the DS screen, which I don't want to do that. So, these pendants are said to flock to those who spread joy like butterflies, blah, blah. Okay. Anything else good? Anything else I can do here? Maybe... Whoops. No! Ah! I keep pressing the wrong buttons. No! I'm gonna run out of bombs. Okay, that. I guess I'm not doing the right thing. I just wanted to get that taken care of. That's literally all I can do here. That's stupid. I don't need a joy pendant. Pot number 1 sucks. I jumped when you screamed, Lemons. Oh my god. Jesus, I didn't know he was gonna be back. I'm so sorry, Lemons. I jumped when I screamed too. I was scared. Maybe I can throw this? No.
Do it, lady.
No. Thank you for the heartbeat inside. Hello, happy Monday. How are you? Oh, thank you for sharing the stream too. You missed the scream. I'm sure there will be more. Or I can just clip it. Okay. No, well, sure. I guess I'll go in this one. I'll just make one suspend point. Oh, that's where I started. Good, there's a sticker for you in Hector's Discord. What? What do you mean? There's a sticker for me? What is it? And for you and for your Blue Light and Jonah? What is it? She's not sorry. Very scary. What the heck? That's not the same pot that I went in the first time. Right? Bruh. Is it because I haven't opened up the other pots yet? Last one. Oh. Bro! Come on! Die! Ah! No! Where is he gonna put me? Okay, that wasn't that bad. Wait. Okay, I'm loading this. That was bad. We Fit Trainer Army? What? Is it like, I need to see this. I really need to see this. Okay, now I'm ready. Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay. Dead? Dead. Good. Okay, that went much better than the first time. Jeez Louise. Okay. Yeah. Get that taken care of. That one. And that one. Is it like a inside the sticker? Is it like something like in the like reactions? Is that what you mean? I need to go look at that. I don't really understand what the point of these are, or if there is a point. I guess just to burn these. I've been using my bombs and you can just burn them. I think I came through the pot to the southeast of where I'm standing right now. No, it's just in the selfie chat. Okay, I really have to go see that. My sticker, would Meg have to purchase a sticker printer in order to stick it on something? They'll get added to the reaction section soon. You saw it, Blue Light? Okay, I need to go look right now. Let me check. Uno momento. Oh my god. No way. Ensign. That is too funny. I'm dead. I love it and I hate it at the same time. Oh, that's funny. I definitely could print that off. I don't know that I will. Emmy. But I could. I could make it like a sticker for my laptop or something. Die. Yay! Okay, so I picked the right one, I guess, apparently. That was good. Or maybe there's multiple right ones. So I don't want to assume that was the right one. But that took me somewhere new, so that's good. 22 people. It's like a Wii Fit trainer with, I keep forgetting that I can just burn this. With our faces, like, put on it. Emmy, that's what the sticker is. Whoops. It's pretty good. Makes us spend points in between. Yes. I did. I don't want to, get too lost in the sauce. Let's try this one. Nope. Let's try this one. There better be a Triforce chart here. Oh, yay, that was a good one. Because this is a lot of work. And if it's for like 50 rupees or something, I'm going to scream. What's this? A treasure chest? Yay! Reyes is probably my favorite at this point. I need to look. I only saw the last couple. One of them was mine. You got the ghost ship chart. Oh yeah, the fish told me that. He said that this would be in there. Press up on the D-pad and check your charts to view it. Let's see. Whoa. Oh. I see. Okay, because the fish have given me clues about where the ghost ship chart or ghost ship would be based on what's happening in the sky with the moon. Fish. I don't have a fish command in sign. Those are where it appears based on the moon. Yes. So I've heard multiple statements from different fish about where to find the ghost ship. And I've gotten a little confused because I'm like, I've already been told where to find the ghost ship. And I've noticed that they've said different phases of the moon. So I'm like, why are you saying this? Why am I hearing this a million times? And also, why is it different? It all makes sense now. Okay. So it's based on different moon faces, and if it's a full moon, then I need to be like north, a little northeast, basically north, or if it's a waxing, yeah, that's waxing crescent. Is that a waxing? Oh no, waxing gibbous. That would be northwest. I think that's waxing gibbous. Yeah. So that is that. Okay. So is there anything else here of interest? Or am I good? I think I'm good. I got the joy pendant. Don't think there's anything else I need or want. I'm good. Okay. Those are where it appear. No, those are islands? What do you mean those are islands? Oh, those are shapes of islands. I see. Thank you. Ooh, what was that? Another like goal or something that we reached? Thank you. Let me check. Holy moly. Thank you guys so much for the likes. And I have 10 followers. Thank you guys so much. You're amazing. You're beautiful, wonderful people. Thank you. Party, party. Yes. Emmy, thank you so much for sharing the stream. You are amazing. Ah! All right. Taking a look-see here. We have 6 squares left to fill out. We're going to get that done. And then I'm going to take a little break. Like for an hour or so, probably. Maybe longer. Maybe I won't come back tonight. Who knows? Only time will tell. Okay, we're gonna keep going. So I'm gonna go east and then north. Oh, I need more bait. I need to check my beetle chart for bait. You can do this. I'm so close. So close, but so far. I've been saying that for a very long time. It's still true. I'm so tired of this. Okay, I need to look at the beetle. Yeah. Okay, so when I go north, I have to go north 2. I have enough bait for the next 2 squares, and then on my 3rd one, I'm gonna go to Beetle Shop. So I'm going east first, though. What? No! Come on. I'm gonna go ahead and equip my boomerang, too. All right, moving forward. I have no idea what's going on, but you're doing great. Go to where the ship is on the map. I don't really want to... The ship? What ship? I don't really care about the ghost ship right now, right? I just want to get these things filled out. Ensign, thank you so much, though. I also don't really know what I'm doing. I mean, I do, but this is my first time playing this game, so I don't. Thank you so much for the follow, Mifa. How are you? I feel like, I don't know, it's just very slow. I've been working on filling out all of the squares as you, oh, there's the ship. I see. It has one of the shards. I'm going east and then I'm going north. I see that the ship appears on the map now. So I can go ahead and go up to the ghost ship while I'm in that plan of east and then north. But I have to get all of these empty spaces on my map filled out. And that's one of the very final things I need to do in this game. Not the last thing I'm doing, but it is key for me to complete the game. And it's taking forever. And there's a fish right here. So I have to find the fish in the water. They bounce up and down in the water, and then I have to bait them. And then when I bait them, they like to tell me information that I usually already have. So it's not usually new. But I have to do it so that I get the shape of the island in the square. I have to do that so that I learn what the shape is. Oi, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about the island? Then start by opening up your sea chart. And I have to know what the shape of each island is because somebody's going to tell me where to find things called Triforce shards, and they're going to use shapes of the islands in each square to tell me that. So if I don't know what each square's shape has inside of it, then I won't know where to go to find the Triforce shards. The shard is the Wii U version. No, it has a Triforce chart. Oh, so you don't need charts to get shards in the Wii U. You just get shards. I'm well read. Baby Sam, thank you. I don't know why you say that, but thank you. Long ago, there was this huge fairy who lived to the south of here in the forest on Outset Island. But now all that's left is the ruins of the fairy fountain where she lived. It's sort of sad. But to tell you the truth, I hear there still is a fairy there. Yep, she's still alive and kicking down there, Fry. And that's all the info I've got to offer. I probably already knew that, right? I feel like I've already talked to that fairy. What's well-read? Commentaries peak, you are a yapper. I am a yapper inside. I'm glad that you like that, or say that it's peak at least. Does peak mean you like it? Is peak something always good? You could be a voice actress. Baby Sam, how so? I don't know about that, but thank you. I think. In Wii U, they reduced the charts needed by replacing them with shards. That's so nice. Jesus Christ, I would love that. Emmy, well-read means like, to me, like, highly literate or competent. I don't know. How would you guys describe well-read? That's how I would, but I don't know if that's what you mean by that. I love yappers. They're my favorite kind of people. Ensign, yay! She answers to Miss Yap. No, I don't. Meg is pretty good. Don't tell her I said something nice. Aww. I appreciate it, Ensign. Thank you. Thank you. Or, not Ensign. Did I say I appreciate Ensign? Vivid Snake said that. Did I say the right person? Did I even say who said that? Now I'm confused. I confused myself. Whatever I'm saying, good. Oh, that makes sense. Secret safe. And if she reads like that is it. Oh, that's it. You read my name. I read your name because Vivid Snake tagged your name. Brain die. Brain don't worky now. You said if she's imagining me saying something nice. If she, I don't know, REA, that it's the apple juice getting to her. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna go, what am I doing again? He told me here there is another domino looking piece. And I guess I will go check out what's in here. Yeah. Sometimes it's something, and sometimes I don't know if it's even worth going in here. There's a bunch of dudes that like to shoot cannons at me, cannonballs. What is that? Skulls, nothing worth it. And nothing worth it. And nothing worth it. Nothing at all. I don't need that at all. How long did you guys believe in Santa Claus? I'm curious. Asking for a friend. How long? Wait, if there's anybody here who still believes in Santa Claus, he's real. Okay, he's real, Vivid Snake. He's real. The well-read went bye-bye, LOL, brain not braining. Yeah, I don't usually feel that well-read. My brain ain't working today, Jaya. I'm feeling a little bit slow. 2nd grade? It's the idea of Santa that's changed. 6th through 8th, my brother showed me the gifts in my mom's trunk. I want to say age 7. But, okay, so then that means that, were you basically told, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot.
Success.
That Santa gave you all your gifts? Oh my God, there's like a whirlpool right by me. Thank you so much for the follow, GP. Were you pretty much told that Santa Claus brought all of your gifts? Because we were told that he brought like a big gift. Like the gift. But mom and dad got us other gifts, but just not everything. Oh, that's gonna make it a lot harder then. Yeah, that's gonna make it real hard to keep Santa Claus a secret. GP, I'm so happy you're here. How are you? The question we're discussing right now is, and sorry if you believe in Santa Claus, then he is real. But if you don't believe in him anymore, what age did you stop believing in him? And what happened? Emmy, what made you stop believing in Santa Claus in 2nd grade? You said because back in some old time, there was a guy who would make wooden toys for kids in his village. Yeah, so there's like a historical person who, I guess, inspired the Santa Claus we know today in stories and was maybe like a real person, but he didn't travel the world in one night and deliver presents to all the boys and girls everywhere in like 12 hours or whatever and get in their houses. I never believed because my family doesn't celebrate Christmas till this year. This is your first year celebrating Christmas, Eve? How exciting. I understand not celebrating holidays that a lot of other people do, though. My family, for most of my childhood, did not celebrate Halloween. So there was some Halloweens I had, but not very many. So I feel that feel. You would write letters to him, and instead of getting what you wanted, he gave you a coloring book. Classic Santa. Classic. Gotta love him for giving us what we asked for. Oh, TKN, that is very intense. That's extremely intense. I don't think I want to be the Santa. Oh yeah, you're right. I was like, wait, that sounds familiar. He did like fall. I don't think that they unalived him, just to be clear. He like fell off a roof or something, right? Maybe Tim Allen had partial role in that. But didn't he like fall off a roof? It wasn't them like intentionally unaliving him. So Santa Claus is real. It's the idea of him that isn't. Yeah, like the story of the things he does. But if there are people in the chat who believe that, well, first of all, you're welcome here, but maybe you should know that I'm very old. If you still believe in Santa Claus, then just keep that in mind. Hoi, Small Fry. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island, then start by opening up your sea chart. It was planned. Tim was the first human Santa. I believe it. Very old cat. Okay, I'm not very old. It depends on who you're talking to, but I'm old. I'm older than a lot of people that I know through streaming. Tell me, Small Fry, have you ever been caught in one of those cyclones? The wind deity Cyclos uses those cyclones to fly across the sea instantaneously, or so I've heard. Could be just a rumor. Boy, if you had that power, you wouldn't have to spend so much. I already have that power. I know. I already did this. He always tells me stuff I already know. Shush. And now she's what did I say to ignore you? Vivid Snake, I acknowledged you. I'm so confused. I said that the idea of him is real, or is the person him was real, but the like magical stories of him traveling everywhere and getting everybody everything after those, I didn't see anything after those, Vivid Snake. The next thing I saw was, and now she's ignoring me. So TikTok must have not, yeah, I think your message got censored for some reason. Vivid Snake, because these are the messages I have from you. The last one is, well, I see F-R-O-K, frock, whatever that is. Then, so Santa Claus is real. It's the idea of him that isn't. And then nothing. I don't see the word pizza. You said you were hungry? I didn't see that. I'm hungry too, though. Yeah, I don't see anything about that. I get the feeling Santa was invented just to get kids to behave. I agree. Yeah, I mean, it makes things more magical. I really liked thinking about Santa. Like, I thought it was fun to imagine that as a kid. It was fun to believe in him. But I definitely agree it can help when parents are like, oh, you better behave. Santa Claus is coming to town. Then I said, send me some pizza, Meg. Aw, Vivid Snake. I don't have any pizza to send you. I don't know how to send you pizza. What pizza do you like, Vivid Snake? What's your favorite pizza toppings? Did I explore here? I don't know. I stopped believing in Santa Claus when I was too old. I was really old. I think I was like 11. I will say I was homeschooled, so I wasn't surrounded by other kids who could share with me things that they learned all the time about Santa's realness or not. But I remember I put a stocking in my bedroom. I hung it up because I was like, if Santa Claus is really real, he's gonna know that I put this stocking up here. And he's gonna put something in here for me. Because Santa knows. He knows everything. And so if Santa was real, then he would put something in my stocking that's in my room and not like on the with all the other stockings downstairs. And so Christmas morning comes around, I wake up, I check the stocking, and nothing. Santa did not put anything in my secret stocking in my room. So that's when I decided Santa's not real. Your parents tell you to behave, but what does it matter? They always love you. That's true. And you're most likely still going to get gifts. Whatever they can afford or can do for you. As long as they can, then they want to do something for you. But they say it either way. You said that's brutal. It was really sad. I really, really thought that Santa was going to put something in my secret bedroom stocking. You must activate all 4 switches on this island, and you must activate them all swiftly. Danger will visit all who fail to heed my warning. The Seer. Uh-oh. I've already activated 2 of the switches without getting the timing right. You said bacon, beef, cheddar, cheese, and onions. In other words, a bacon cheeseburger pizza, also chicken bacon ranch pizza. Vivid Snake, that sounds amazing. That sounds so good. I want that. Am I doing the Korok tree side quest? Not at this moment. I might, but I don't have a very strong urge to do that at this point. Because what is this switch anyway? Maybe I should go to this one actually, down here. Because I'm tired of filling out my freaking sea chart. It's taken me so long. So, I'm not too pressed on other side quests at this moment. What is this? Okay, my boots. What does this say? Okay. So I need my boots on. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Okay. What if Santa was just broke that Christmas or he didn't want to wake you up? Emmy, I feel like maybe I did it more than once, honestly. because I had a brain like that, where I really, really wanted to believe Sorry, I'm focusing. Yay! I did it! Yay! Okay. I really wanted to believe that he was real. Thank you, Vivid Snake. So, I may have done it more than once. Just to make sure. I really want a bacon, beef, cheddar, cheese, and onions pizza now, Vivid Snake, so thanks a lot. That sounds so good. Oh, that was so easy. I kind of want to... I don't know what they give me if I use the grappling hook on them. A heart? There's no reason to get joy pendants anymore either. There's so many of them. Oh God, that guy's strong. Oh my God, no! There's another one! I wasn't expecting this. Why is there so many? Jesus! Are they gonna stop? Why? Jesus! I can't see! What is this camera angle? Get me out of here! Bro! Ah! Why are these guys not going away? Does it end? Does it end? Am I doing something wrong? Ah! What the heck? Why won't they go away? I need hearts. Thank you for sharing the stream. What am I doing? Oh, drop bombs and walk into them or ice arrows? But will they go away? Because it seems like they're not stopping. Thank you for sharing the stream. Why? They won't stop. Bro! No, there's more! Where am I? What is happening? I'm so confused! My hand hurts! Stop! This is too chaotic. What is happening? For real! You are clearing out the room? Will they go away? Because it doesn't feel like I'm clearing it out. Bro! Okay, this is crazy. You think she's capable of thinking of that? But will they go away? Will they go away? Because they keep coming. You said I'm clearing out the room, but they won't stop coming. You're proud of me for the second time. Vivid Snake, I just saw that. Thank you. I don't... Heart of the cards? What is heart of the cards? I don't know what that is. So, you're saying bomb. For what? no! So is this correct? Because this doesn't feel like it's doing anything. Oh my god. Nothing is happening. My hand hurts. Die. Ah, my hand hurts so bad. Oh no. I think these are the last guys. I need a heart. Oh, brother. What? It didn't make the sound. Give me a heart. What? He just hit that guy. What? Ah, my hand seriously is cramping up right now. This hurts so bad. Yes, I'm holding L to target. God, and it hurts. It hurts so bad. Bruh. Give me the hearts. Ugh. Almost done. Oh my god. Die. Finally. Jesus. Holy moly. Oh my god. With the GameCube controller? Oh, that hurt. I'm done though. Jesus, my hand hurts so bad. That is more enemies than I've ever fought at one time. Oh, that was so much.
Do it, lady.
Wow, thank you for the 10 club cheers. Oh, thank you so much. You reached level 3. Only I could fight chaotically and make it out. Thank you for sharing the stream, Doodle Duo. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow, too. Sorry, I'm sweaty and my hands really hurt. I just fought a million dudes and they were too much for me. But I did it. I did it. We're here. Alive and well and, I mean, well enough. We're still here. My hand hurts still. Now the best part, the prize is insignificant. Vivid Snake, tell me you're just saying that. Tell me it ain't so. Say it ain't so, please. Please. That's my biggest fear is that I did all of that for like nothing. Ah! Biggest fear confirmed. How much was that? 100? There's still a guy up there. Do you see that? Do you see that dude up above? What is he doing? Is that a glitch? Because that treasure chest shouldn't be there. The game does not get more difficult than what you just went through. Surely it does not. That was too much. What is he doing? Let's just admire whatever that dude is. He keeps popping up. Look closely. I can even make the screen bigger for you guys. Watch carefully. Did you see that? Yeah. It should not do that, right? Right? Okay, you said my stream's lagging quite a bit. That's not good. Is it lagging for everybody? I really hope that that was the hardest that the game will be, because that was a lot. It was too much for me. My hands are really tired. I'm over it. You said I got 200 for that silver rupee. I guess that's good. Very laggy. Maybe that's a sign that I need to get off of here for a little bit. I've been here for 3 hours, 13 minutes, and I can come back probably in a little bit. It is? Okay. Well then, we can stop now if it's really laggy, because I don't know how else to fix everything right now other than just stop streaming for a little bit, let my computer cool off, and restart it maybe. But I will come back probably in like an hour or two, stream a little bit later than typical. Well, yeah, do a little late-ish stream. It is good, but for what you dealt with, it is not worth it. Yeah, that was a lot for 200. Final boss, Ganondorf, is much easier, Emmy says. I have 4 squares left in this grid, guys. Should I just get those done off stream really quick? So when I come back later tonight, we can just keep going, because I can do that too. Yes, get these 4 squares done. Oh, yeah? Oh. And also tell Emmy I'm not as mean to you as she thinks I am. I don't know, Vivid Snake. I don't know. Sometimes you're pretty sassy. You give some sassy vibes. Just like I was today. We get to spend time with you again. Yeah, I plan on coming back. And I will... I don't know. I might just finish these 4... yeah, of course, Shermie. I'm glad you're still here. I will probably be back in like an hour or two. I'm gonna eat, rest a little. I might finish these 4 spaces on the map off stream, and then when I come back, I can keep working on the Triforce chart and shard stuff on stream. We'll see, but I'm planning on coming back in a couple hours at least. And I'll stay on for like an hour or two later tonight. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you for sharing the stream. Thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for all of the little gifties and the chatting and encouragement and help. And I will see you in a couple of hours. Aw, Emmy, thank you so much. I plan on coming back. I'll keep you guys updated if for some reason that changes, but I plan on being back in a little bit. Bye, Eve. Bye, Shermie. Bye, Emmy. Bye, Vivid Snake. Bye, Ensign, if you're still here. Bye, TKN, if you're still here. I don't know who else is still here, but goodbye, and I will see you all later tonight, hopefully. Bye.